Since JP Dokkan went all out for the 6th year anniversary and dropped an EZA for an LR that, I mean, I guess you can say could need it or did need it, but there's a lot of other units that definitely needed it, but they dropped an EZA. An EZA skipped over so many for a Sonable LR. So I think that there's another LR that could definitely obtain an EZA during the upcoming celebration. I think for JP it's dropping relatively soon, but it's going to be for Goten and Trunks. And I know you guys already know what unit I'm talking about. Let's just hop straight into it. So we have Budding Warrior Trunks Kid and Goten Kid. So right now I'm going to go through what they do, go through their flaws, and then I have two easy ideas. I want you guys to let me know which of the two is your favorite. So first, their leader skill, AGL type key 4 and 100% to all stats. Honestly, like, it's actually not a bad leader skill. It's literally not a bad, like, they can leave this the same. I wouldn't mind it, right? Or extreme type key 2 and 70% to stats. Their super attack. So when you get fat Gotenks, it lowers attack for 1 turn and causes colossal damage to enemy. Skinny Gotenks lowers attack and defense for 1 turn and causes a mega colossal, just causes colossal damage to enemy. This is terrible. This is terrible. This is terrible. This is terrible. Okay, I'm telling you right now, this is terrible. This is terrible. You lowering your own attack and defense on super attack is literally counterproductive to what the unit is supposed to do. Now, if they get their 18 key, you can either get Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Okay, so Super Saiyan Gotenks causes mega colossal damage to enemy and reduces defense by 30% for 1 turn, which is very powerful. And then causes a mega colossal damage to enemy and greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, which is 50% if you get Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. So if you want to get the 18 key with this guy, if you don't get the 18 key, you're basically effed, right? Her passive skill, key plus 3 to 9 randomly at the start of turn, which is a very good mechanic, honestly. And then attack plus 120% when performing a super attack. So this unit can still hit very hard. However, the issue with them is they don't have defense after the start of turn. So with both of my ideas, I took care of that completely. Well, maybe not completely, but let's just move into it. So my first idea, I made this guy a very powerful unit, but more of a support type unit, if that made sense. So let's hop into it. Their leader skill will change to key 4 and 120% to stats. And then extreme AGL type key plus 3 and 90% to stats. So honestly, a better leader skill. So if you get, okay, fat Gotenks, you raise your attack for 1 turn and causes colossal damage to enemy. If you get skinny Gotenks, you raise your attack and defense for 1 turn and cause colossal damage to enemy. So the 12 and 18 key are infinitely better now, right? No, I mean, the 2 super attacks for the 12 to 17 key is a lot better. For the 18 key, if you get Super Saiyan Gotenks, you get greatly raised attack and defense for 1 turn, which is very powerful. And if you get Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, you perform a critical hit, which I think is very, like, that's the fact that the LR for the anniversary actually introduced that. It's like something that we never really would have thought of, right? But the fact that they can crit from their super attack if you get Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, that's a lot of power, but that's exactly what Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks is, right? So their passive skill, key plus 6 to 12 randomly. So instead of 3 to 9, it's 6 to 12 randomly. And defense plus 150% at the start of turn. That means this unit is insane. Literally insane defensively. They're not taking damage, right? Attack plus 150% when performing a super attack, which means they're going to be hitting extremely hard, dude. A lot harder than what they just were. Hybrid Saiyan or Special Pose category allies key plus 3 and attack plus 30%. This is very good because Hybrid Saiyans, I mean, not that they necessarily need the help, but there's some, Hybrid Saiyan LRs that are very thirsty for key, so giving them key 3 and attack plus 30% is going to make them very, very, very powerful. And this unit is also a really good support for something like Super Battle Road, because look at this next part. Reduces damage received by 30% for themselves, and all allies defense plus 30% when facing 2 or more enemies. This is the unit that you want to bring, dude. This is the unit you want to put in that first slot because they're going to have 150% defense, okay? If you're in SBR, they're immediately going to have 30% damage reduction on top of 150% defense while giving all Hybrid Saiyan or Special Pose category allies key 3 and attack plus 30%, and then giving all allies another defense plus 30%, making them that much more powerful. This is I think, a little bit broken for this unit, but again, like, I think something like this would work 100%, okay? Now, my next idea, I'm not gonna lie, is a little bit more selfish, right? It's just a tiny bit more selfish. I wanted to focus more on them rather than actually supporting other units, right? So if we take a look at my next EZA idea, I left these the same. The reason why I left the super attacks, not super attacks, sorry, the leader skills the same is because if we take a look at this LR, their leader skill did not change for the EZA. Now, granted, this leader skill is already really powerful, but we never know. Maybe the thing when it comes to EZAing LRs is that they don't change leader skills. It's possible. We don't know. I think they definitely should change it, but I think leaving it alone is a possibility, all right? So they're 12 key as fat tanks. They raise attack for 1 turn and cause colossal damage to enemy. Their skinny goat tanks form just raises defense for 1 turn. So you're either raising attack or defense. So the super attack effects compared to this EZA idea isn't necessarily the best. Like, it isn't better than this one, because on if you get skinny goat tanks, you raise both attack and defense. But here, if you just get skinny goat tanks, you do only raise defense. So you're either raising attack or defense, whereas this idea, you are raising attack or both, right? Now, when it comes to their Super Saiyan 3 forms, or, you know, for the super attack, causes mega colossal damage to enemy and raises attack and defense, sorry, by 30% for 1 turn, which is very powerful. It's literally a upgrade to what they do right now, which is defense by 30% for 1 turn. But if you get Super Saiyan 3 Go tanks, mega colossal damage to enemy and raises attack and defense by 50% for 1 turn, which is obviously a lot more powerful. Now, if you're gonna ask me, I do think this right here is a little bit better. But again, I'm not gonna go ahead and just break these units, right? Like a guaranteed critical hit for all of these. But I would like this a lot better. But this is still something that I see is very possible, because Super Saiyan 3 Go tanks is obviously going to be stronger than Super Saiyan Go tanks. Now, when it comes to their passive, key plus 6 and to 12 randomly, and defense plus 50% at the start of turn. Okay, so they still get the same amount of key, but 50% defense for this LR at 15k. Yo, 15k defense is an absurd amount of defense. Okay, I'm telling you right now. This is an absurd amount of defense, which is exactly why they didn't get defense. I'm understanding this now. I didn't know they had that much defense. At 15k defense, it's understandable that they didn't give this unit defense at the start of turn. Dokkan, it's okay, all right. But them getting 50% defense at the start of turn this number does not seem like this doesn't seem pretty big, right? Especially if you compare it to like Jiren and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta or whatever. But with 15k defense, that is very powerful. Again, they're not going to be oh my god, a first slot unit, but 50% defense is still very powerful for this LR. Attack plus 150% and defense plus 50% when performing a super attack. So as long as you get that super attack off, which I think it's going to be very easy that you do, you're going to get attack 150%. I'm talking way too fast, I apologize. Which is still going to be very powerful, just as powerful as this iteration of the EZA right here. But you're also getting an additional 50% defense, which, since it's an out of turn buff, it's gonna be a little bit more than actually 50%. And same thing for the attack, which is why it's so powerful. So defense plus 50% in addition when performing an ultra super attack. So again, that's gonna depend a lot on what you get here, right? Because if you get 12 key randomly, just 12, which is a lot of key, and you're on a leader that gives 4 key, you're already at what? That's actually 20 key right there. You already got your 18 key super attack, right? So it's going to be very easy. And again, even if you get 6 key, because giving 6 key to yourself is very powerful in and of itself. So let me see. Z Fighters, Innocence, Prodigies, Shocking Speed gives 2 key, Budding Warriors, Legendary Power. So if you have Shattering the Limit and Shocking Speed Actor, that's 4 key. I mean, I think it's still pretty easy to get their 18 key, to be honest. But if you do get their 18 key, it's another 50% defense. So if you get an 18 key, you're getting 150% attack and not 100% defense, but 2 separate 50% defensive procs, which is going to be a lot more than each of them individually, and a lot more than just 100%, right? So keep that in mind. And then attack and defense plus 50% upon entering attacking turn when HP is 50% or below. Yes, this is infinite. This is infinite. This is not one turn only. Yes, that's why I'm saying, like, this unit or this EZA idea is extremely powerful. This, you know, I mean, this honestly, this EZA idea, they're still extremely powerful. And as you guys can see, I still technically gave this unit 150% defense, just not outright, right? 50% here, 50% here, and another 50% here. Still, it's going to be a lot more than just 150% at the start of turn. But this guy is amazing, like absolutely amazing for SBR, extreme SBR, difficult content like the Battle of Gods event, simply because defense plus 150% is just, it's something that you don't play around with. And again, ESBR, extreme SBR, you're facing 2 or more enemies all the time, which means he has 30% damage reduction while giving all allies 30% defense, which is just why this guy is absolutely amazing. But if you just want pure power, this is where you're going to be, because if you ever enter a turn where HP is 50% or below, they permanently get an additional attack and defense plus 50%. So what this looks like, right, just letting you know what this looks like, is that if everything from their passive is active, right, they're getting 50% attack basically at the start of turn, right, and 100% defense at the start of turn, right, 50% defense here and 50% defense here, okay. Attack plus 150% on super attack. Let's just not mention that their attack is already at 21,000, and then an additional 100% defense, or 250% separate procs for defense after you get to 12 or 18 key. So when it comes to power, this unit is definitely a lot more powerful. When it comes to, though, you know, when it comes to utility, when it comes to difficult content, when it comes to, you know, support, not only supporting yourself but supporting the team, this unit is this version of the EZA is definitely the one that you want more. I think both are very, very powerful, but I want you guys to let me know which one you like the best and which one you would rather go with. I do think LR, Goten, and Trunks, I think it's very possible for them to get an EZA during the celebration. They've made it clear that they don't care about order. They've made it very, very clear they do not care about the order. So if they're not going to care about the order, I'm not going to care about the order either. So So let me know what you guys think. I still think it's crazy that this guy got an EZA, but him getting an EZA has opened up the doors for infinite possibilities. If you guys enjoyed, hit the like button, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.